I'm probably going to sell those 432 calls, take the day trade. But before we do that, and the reason why, guys, is because there's some cross-reading congruencies, and I put on a put position here because we might open lower tomorrow. I think we're opening higher, but we might open lower tomorrow. I don't want to miss out on at least having somewhat of a position at the top before this really big decline into the tower card over the weekend. That's a cross-reading congruency with the tower card here, so it's pretty strong. That coin there is also a cross-reading congruency. And it's the same side of the coin as well, appearing here, which makes me think this is also the pleasure card correlation. So that's the pleasure card, the coin. I think I'm probably going to take that. All right, so we're back. We were at 2K when we opened this morning. I still have some longs. They expire on the 10th. That way, if we do open higher tomorrow, which is there is a possibility, the only thing that makes me think maybe we won't is because of that coin appearing here today with the full card. Sometimes when you see the unicursal, it's like the drop was overnight. I think the unicursal, and then we do have unicursal energy first thing in the morning, but at the end of the day again as well. So if we don't open higher, then I'm already in puts, great. And those 429 calls, I'll likely be able to get out of those on the 7th, 8th. If I'm right, I sell them tomorrow morning and then I buy more puts. I saw that, Robert. I actually was talking to you about that on another stream, but I don't think it was working because it didn't even show that it recorded on my channel. So guys, I want to talk about etiquette real quick. Super important because we've got a lot of new people, and I just want to make sure that people don't end up like getting muted from the channel or like banned, because it's already happened, guys. We had somebody come on here every day for like a year. A lot of you know who they were. Just asking nonstop questions, buy and sell questions, buy and sell questions, and then they got a little disrespectful. It was really, really snarky. And it was time to go because not once in that whole year did they ever do a rule of karma. And they were warned like months earlier. So, I'm not going to I'm not going to like call anybody out. But guys, this is a channel where I need you guys to understand. I'm not just some guy that like figured out tarot and learned how to trade stocks. Like, I have a huge background in both tarot and in the finance industry. I was a Wall Street broker, okay? A Wall Street broker. I was a financial planner. I worked at 3 different brokerage firms. I was an insurance salesperson. I was a day trader at a solitary day trader. I was a day trader on the floor with a bunch of other traders. I was a proprietary options trader. I lost 60K in a day once, guys. Like that's 24 years of experience. So when you come on the channel, guys, the channel is not a place for you to be like sitting here like telling everybody like what your predictions are. That's inappropriate. We don't know who you are. We don't know what your experience is. People aren't here for that. They're here for the lifetime of experience that I have, that I put forth into this channel. And it's just not, I appreciate that an individual doing that wants to help out, but it's not appropriate. It's not the right place to do. And I have a responsibility to all of the people viewing my channel to moderate the information that's coming from that channel. So that's one thing, guys. But what you definitely don't want to be is somebody doing that, talking about all the trades and money that they're making, active every single day, emailing me, talking about working together, but like, where's the 5% rule? You know what I mean? Where is it? So don't be that guy. Like, it's I appreciate if you have some astrological background, but frankly, it's kind of distracting. The reason why I ended up doubting myself on the long position and taking this big loss is because some of the information that somebody was talking about contradicted my prediction. And I look at my prediction, I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's saying that and caused doubt. When really I should have just stuck to it. I would have made a ton more money rather than taking a big loss, like a $1,200 loss. So, it's important that you understand, guys. I don't want you on here telling people, oh, well, it's going to do this, it's going to do this, it's going to do this. They didn't come here to hear you tell them that, okay? They didn't. And I really don't want to hear that type of stuff coming from somebody who is not following the rule of karma. Like, you can say, oh, I think it's going this way. That's totally different than like, oh, well, there's this reason and it's going to do this, and you should trade this way and trade this way. Like, we don't know what experience you have. This is neither the time nor the place for you to be telling other people how to trade. Do that on your channel, not on mine. And again, if you're going to be active and you want to talk about all the money that you're making and how you know what you're doing trade-wise, you better not be the guy not following through on the rule of karma, because you will get banned so fast from this channel, you will never have an opportunity to see the information again or talk to me, because I banned them from the website as well. All right, so that's a warning, guys. Etiquette is important, but even more so, follow the freaking rule of karma. Like, I'm doing this for free. You're talking about making thousands of dollars and how you should have done this. Where's the rule of karma payment? You want to continue to utilize my information, you better figure that out fast, because you're going to come and you came fast, you're going to go by just as fast. I warned once. You probably know who you are. Hopefully you saw this. So I'm tired of not being able to pay my bills while I make other people rich, and they can't even follow through on the one thing that I say on every single freaking video. It's on my channel, on the homepage. It's in every single video. The rule of karma is the purpose of the channel. I'm not doing this so that you can get rich and talk about how great your trades are. Okay, I'm doing this so you can make money and help me make the world a better place. So follow through on your end, or you're going to see me get real pissed real fast, and that'll be the last you see of me. Hey, AV. Hey, B. Hey, Cal. Will Matic reach $6 by April 2024? Or how high can it go in 2024? Matic. Like, I might ban you tomorrow. I'm still thinking about it. It bothers me that much. You can't follow the links are on the website. How hard is it? You can't follow a simple rule of karma payment. It's not put it off. When you make the money, you take 5%, you send it to the donations. You take 5%, you send it to the channel. Then you continue making money. You don't say, oh, I'm going to use this money and make more money and make more money. What if you lose the money? Then I did all the work for nothing, right? That's not how it goes. So make sure you do that, because I literally will ban you tomorrow, my friend, if I feel like it. I'm this close. And just so you know, nobody who said anything on my chat right now is the person I'm speaking of. So be comforted by that, anybody that's chatted thus far. All right, so Matic, $6. Like literally, we have somebody that made tens of thousands of dollars with my information in the last week and a half, and is talking to me like there's nothing wrong. Where the is my return? I will just keep it up, dude. You'll be gone like that. I don't care how many followers you have. I got over putting up with that BS last month, and I'm not gonna get back into it. Matic. Sorry, guys. I'm really distracted because I don't like being used. It really pisses me off. I do a lot for the world, a lot for everybody on here. Most of you do a lot too for me. It's awesome. But when somebody like that comes on board, makes me angry. There you go, Mom. Oh, I might do this reading over because I have some extra stuff in here, but it's still the sequence of events that matters most. So 2022 is a big decline through multiple supports. 2023, Magus card to a high. Brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple supports. Sideways behavior in 2024. And the question was, does Matic reach $6 by 2024? To answer how high it can go, I would need to do more preliminary work. I got a no for that. It does not reach $6. I know most of you appreciate you, and I love you guys. You guys are like my family. I spend so much time talking to you. You're like family, you know? So, and it's really great to see that there's wonderful people in the world. Like, my dream has always been to, like, be able to provide something good for the world to people that maybe can't afford it even, and have it be in such a way that I can still survive and have my life too. And the only way that that works is if people like yourselves do what you do. It's just, you know, I shouldn't even warn this person. I mean, I must have said, I say literally make a point to talk about the rule of karma and the fact that it must be done every time you profit. I make a point on every single video in every single live. That's over 1,900 times on my channel, at least. Why am I even waiting to ban this person? I don't know. But it's around the corner. I might be really in a bad mood tomorrow, and that'll be the end of it. On your SPO monthly reading, you have the November low card on the 1st. Does that mean the other lows will be higher? Thank you. So I think that it's probably going to be a lower low on the 15th. It's probably going to be a lower low on the 15th. If it's not a lower low on the 15th, then it'll be the same low that we'll likely see here on Monday morning. To answer your question, AV. Cal, to answer that how high type of question, I'd really need to do a lot of preliminary work. I don't have anything for. I might be able to do something for Ocean and Op. Let's take a look. Hard to say with Ocean. There's nothing really giving me price level information there. I'd have to get into like a 1 year reading for 2024 to get any for the possibility of more info as far as price levels are concerned. Let's check out Op. Why can't I count today? I don't have optimism. I don't have an optimism. I swore I had an optimism reading. What's the ticker on? Isn't the ticker OP? What the heck? I don't have one for optimism. Wow, I'm surprised. I could have sworn I did that. Well, that's one that needs to be done. Same thing for optimism. I don't have a reading for it really, so I'd need to do more preliminary work on that one to be actual pull price levels out. And see, we're just kind of hovering sideways here. Like I said, that's why I put on the put just in case we turned around here. I don't want to miss out on like a sharp drop that could take place overnight. But I think we're probably opening higher first and then there's a drop. Hey guys, so I'm just going to reiterate everything that I said at the beginning of this video. I wanted to make a point about etiquette. Because we've got a lot of new people coming on. I don't want anybody to get banned. We had somebody that I banned like 3 or 4 weeks ago because they were like every day asking buy and sell questions about trades that had to do with the channel, about trades that didn't have to do with the channel. And they would never specify on a losing trade that it wasn't the channel. But the one time that it was a losing trade in the channel, they made sure to specify it, and I just banned them. I was tired of it. I've got zero tolerance for bullshit. For a whole year, this person did not once follow through on the rule of karma. I warned them, and then months later, they still didn't follow through. And they're banned from the channel, from YouTube, and the website. They can no longer see the information. They can no longer contact me. They utilized my information every single day. I warned them. Done. And everybody that's watching this has been warned. It's not like I need to like sit here and say this. I say it in every single video. You need to follow through on the rule of karma every time you profit. I don't want to hear people telling me. I mean, I appreciate the good intentions, but I don't care if you're gonna come up to me and be like, "Oh, if I make this much money, I'm gonna send you that." I don't want to hear that, guys. What I want to hear is that you made money. Here you go. Everything else is just a fabrication of the mind, a good intention. That doesn't mean that the behavior in the present will lead to that good intention. And I can't eat on good intentions, right? So it's important that you follow through on the rule of karma every time you profit, just like I say in all 1,900 plus videos, because my patience is coming really, really thin. And I'm going to ban that person like post haste. I'm so close, So just don't be that individual, guys. Especially if you are telling me that you've made tens of thousands of dollars, like, well, gee, thanks. Another piece of etiquette. Okay, this is slightly different, but I wanted to make sure people are aware of this. So, like, I appreciate that there's people on here that have their own experience with analysis and they want to help out and whatnot. But this channel is not the place to be like, oh, the market's going to do this today, this tomorrow, this the next day. Like, I mean, it's people aren't coming here for somebody they don't know to tell them their analysis. They're coming here to get a lifetime of experience. It's not like I'm just some dude that rolled out of bed, opened up tarot cards and was like, yeah, I'm going to learn to predict the stock market. I was a Wall Street broker, guys, when I had a near-death experience and decided to start using tarot. Okay, I was a Wall Street broker. I worked on Wall Street as a broker. I've also been a financial planner. I've been an at-home day trader. I've been a professional day trader on a floor with 50 other day traders. I've been part of a proprietary options trading firm. I mean, you name it, I've done it. My first trade was in the year 2000. People are coming here because I spent 24 years figuring out how to trade using tarot. The way that you trade using tarot has nothing to do with the way that you trade. Well, it has somewhat to do, but you don't use the same strategies that you would if you're doing technical. And the point is that this channel is not the place for you to be like telling, it's not, you can put your 2 cents in, but like, you want to tone it down. It gets distracting. In fact, yes, this morning when I took the loss that I did, it was because I doubted myself, and I doubted myself yesterday and didn't follow through on what I originally planned to, because there was some kind of like gray area at one part in the reading, and there was an individual talking about how the market was going south, and they'd already made a bunch of money. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong about that. Doubted myself, took a $1,200 loss because I was distracted. So, don't be that guy, and especially do not be that guy and not be following through on the rule of karma. This is not something that you put off. A stockbroker takes 4% when they put your money in the market. That's not 4% of profits. That's 4% of the total value of the position. Gone immediately. And then on the way out, if you profit, they probably take another 4% of the total amount out. If they lose, they still take probably 1.5%. I'm asking for 5% and 5% of profits, not total position. This shouldn't even be something that I need to like sit here and lecture about. I kind of resent that I have to sit here and lecture about it. I've talked about it in the videos a million times. The universe will shut you off. And if I know you're making tens of thousands of dollars and I haven't seen one rule of karma payment from you, the universe isn't going to have time to shut you off, because I will ban you from the channel. I will ban you from, no. There's no putting it off with good intentions. You lose that money tomorrow, what happened to the piece that I should have made from the gain prior to losing it? That's not fair. That's not how it works. People need to follow through on their end of the agreement, or they go bye-bye. And I don't ban like I ban with like zero tolerance. I ban and I don't look back. That person will be out of my life, gone for good. So get it together, my friend. You can use this channel, but you better be following the rule of karma and not putting it off. 5% of every profitable trade is nothing. And I'm not going to say it again. Yeah, Robert has ordered so many 2024s, it's like not even like just a ton. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Avi. Yeah, so I mean, everything that it's done thus far seems to be pretty much in line with the 1 month. There isn't even a drop here from the first into the second. It's just I kind of doubted myself based on, like I said, I got distracted. Sometimes people are convincing, and I should just, that's why I don't listen to the news because it's designed to convince you. I don't want to be swayed in one direction. Appreciate you. It was luck. I'm glad you're enjoying that subscription. All right, so you're just hopping on, guys. What I did is I actually right around here, the Knight of Discs, right around here towards. Sorry, excuse me. The Knight of Wands, right around here, turning into the Prince of Discs. This is very sideways rotation near high, and then there is the possibility of a drop before the close. A lot of things talking about a near overbought crest or peak here. So I put on a partial short position at 430 puts. 431 puts. Pretty decent position, I think, because I do expect that tomorrow we have a sharp decline and then over the weekend a really big decline. We probably open higher tomorrow, so I put on a partial because I didn't want to end up with like, oh man, I'm wrong and we opened lower and I missed this big drop down. But we're dealing with unicursals. When you see a unicursal hexagram and the market continues to go up like we had yesterday, what that's indicating in a lot of cases is that you have that price level is going to be the that price level, the unicursal price level from yesterday at the close, this right here, I marked off as a unicursal. That since we continue to go up after meeting that rather than pivoting there, what that indicates to me is that when we do have this big decline approaching, that we will break down through that price level. So I marked it off. And then tomorrow we've got unicursal again, which it could be read a few things. It could mean that we had a big drop overnight. It could mean that there's a big drop throughout the day. It could mean that there's a big drop at the end of the day or overnight. It's really, there's tons of ways to play it. But my sense is that it's probably opening higher, big drop during the day. You could do a day trade where you open a short here, close it short at the end of the day in the midst of that decline. And you'd want to do that before a big move out of the decline to an important resistance. At that resistance, you want to open up another short because over the weekend we take a pretty notable drop. That tower card is a strong cross trading congruency. Oh, so I missed your question, Deduct. My bad. So yeah, as far as the market going up, like I said, I think it's going to open higher tomorrow, but we might have a little pullback here at the end of the day, based on that death card. So that's why I put on a partial short, because I don't really see us going any higher today. I think we go higher tomorrow, but we might, overall tomorrow we're going lower. We might open higher, but I think tomorrow we go lower, and then even lower still into Monday morning, where we should have a lowest low here on Monday morning. A lowest low for the month. Yeah, tomorrow we will end lower, yeah. But I think we probably open higher than where we closed today. Or we probably open, if we decline from here, it might be that we open at the same price level tomorrow. But I think we probably open higher than the high of today. We probably open higher than that tomorrow morning. Or rally into it for first thing in the morning. If Does that make sense to Duck? Geez, I don't even remember doing CRO. Dude, I did. I want to know here. Is there a way to see? $1,900 videos. In the last 365 days, I published 642 videos and 247 live streams, 90 shorts. That's over 1,000 videos this year, guys. I shouldn't be having conversations on my live about people not paying the rule of karma. I should be having conversations about how everybody does it and they're the most amazing people in the world. Like pretty much just about everybody here. I kind of feel like we're probably going to turn over right here. And the reason why I left this 423, I liquidated the other positions, is they were just too far out of the money. If it went like any further in the wrong direction, they just would have been worthless. And you don't want to do that, guys. You want to utilize and modify your options before you run out of options. It's true though. So I reduced like that's not accurate, but I reduced a pretty big loss by about $600. It was like, what do you mean by sideways flagging? A lot of people don't know technical analysis here on the channel. So in this next decline, we're going through the 423 mark, which is why I left that 423 put. Or sorry, yeah, 423 put that I put on yesterday. I left it. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably cost average down. If we do open higher, I'll probably buy another two of them. It expires all the way out on the 24th, so pretty safe bet in my opinion. Google stock and Amazon direction. I want November. Um, I think probably tomorrow morning you're going to want to cash out of a long position. You might have a more of an opportunity on the like a better opportunity on the 8th, but it's kind of risky because there's a decline that starts there on the 8th and it's looking pretty it's looking like a pretty strong decline. Keep in mind the 6th for the S&P is where we have a lowest low thus far for the month. Looks I have it circled here because it's probably the same thing here. If it doesn't start early in the day on the 3rd, it'll take place over the weekend, but I would probably yikes, today is the 2nd. I probably would have cashed out today of a long position come to think of it because it's the 2nd today. And I'd want to be at least in a partial short for tomorrow if I was going to trade Google. It looks like the 6th for Amazon is a super bullish day, and we probably go from a lowest low thus far in the morning to a highest high thus far on the 6th. But it's hard to determine if the lowest low is there at the end of the day on the 3rd or if it's in the morning on the 6th. It's somewhere around there. There's a lowest low thus far. It's kind of like a pop and drop tomorrow. I think to answer your question about how low, I think the unicursal hexagram is really that unicursal card from yesterday is really giving us a good indication of what we're going to break down below. Right, end of day unicursal. We didn't have a pivot point at that unicursal, which is usually what happens with the unicursal. You have a pivot point to the downside with a sharp drop. It's like pre-correction in a lot of cases, or pre-sharp drop. But there are cases where it you continue to go higher after the unicursal appears, and those cases are indicating a price level that when we do have the next multi-day decline, will break down through that price level. That's why I marked it off. That's 423.60 ish. So we should go below that. And I think we probably come back to I'd say we probably hit 418. Not necessarily tomorrow, but I think at least by the 6th we should hit 418 at least. I don't know if we're going to go lower than that. I don't think we'll go lower. I don't think we're going to see a lower price level than we had in October, not in November anyways. Oh, hey, Nature's Well. If I didn't say hello, sorry. I kind of missed the bunch, I feel like. Apple earnings are tonight. Is that a question, Avi? Or did we already answer that one? Oh, I think Apple probably has a really big move to the upside tomorrow. That's got to be based on earnings. Real big move higher. I would probably sell any long positions in the midst of that move higher tomorrow. Probably open up a short position there. Probably open up a partial short there. I think we might open lower in Apple tomorrow, and then there's a really big move to the upside. Like out of oversold territory almost. I wonder if we fill that gap. We might fill that gap overnight and then a big move to the upside. Either that or this is the peak right here. Sometimes the correlation is a day off. Like this prominent peak, it could be today. But I think we probably open lower and then there's a big move higher in Apple. Netflix. Um, so it might be it's a little risky because overall this is a pretty bullish reading. Netflix is pretty bullish in November, but with that said, you could maybe put on a partial short, and then tomorrow, if we open higher tomorrow, complete that short. But you'd probably want to close out of the short position tomorrow at the end of the day. So if you don't want to do a day trade tomorrow, I would say probably open up like a small short position at these price levels, just in case we open much higher. You know, you don't want to have all of your short position in there and then get like washed away. It's similar to what I've got going on. I put on a partial short position here at these price levels, right? And here, like I said, we might have one last move to the upside there. Tomorrow morning, I expect we open probably like a notable move to the upside, and then we sell off from there. I wonder if I ever showed you guys this. So this was the last CNBC $1 million portfolio challenge. I have one that says 98.98%, but it doesn't have my face. This was the last CNBC $1 million portfolio challenge. They closed it early because the top 1% was cheating. I was in the top 2%. What does that make me in reality? I was in the top 1% of the world using only tarot, my friends. Only tarot. That was before Esometa was even fully developed. Will Google hit 120 tomorrow? Yes or no? That might have been the fast sudden move higher right there. I mean, probably right there. That was and we'll probably see like a turnaround here. All right, so we'll Google hit 120 tomorrow. Yes or no? I got a yes for that. How did I pick the Crowley Thoth deck? Oh wow, that's a story. So it was at a time in my life where I just left Wall Street. I didn't have a job. I was just kind of like exploring metaphysics, walking around the city, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And I was doing a lot of kind of like clairsentient type stuff where I would go into a bookstore and feel out things. And if I could feel like psychic energy from it, I would stop, I would read it or something. So I was doing that with like this whole display of different tarot cards. And it kept stopping. I kept getting this fuzzy feeling in front of this like rainbow fairy deck. And I'm like, there's no way that's for me. Like, no, there's not. And I just kept coming back to it. So I left. And then as I left the store, I was like, wait a sec. I went back in and I moved the fairy deck. And behind the fairy deck was the Crowley deck. And that's how I picked it. It more so picked me. I wonder where that 98% one is. Gotta find that. Appreciate it, AV. Coming up on the end of the day, about 10, a little over 10 minutes left. This has been very sidewaysy behavior. I think this right here was the end of that little fast send move higher that you should see at the end of the night of swords, and then there's sidewaysy behavior. Death card here, and I think we probably. Oh, like I've been saying, I think we probably open higher, but there is a possibility based on the theme card being the Unicursal. There's a possibility that we open lower and rally higher. But what I'm looking to do, I'm looking to close these 429 calls tomorrow morning. And if we drop in the last few minutes, I might pick up like one or two more. Nah, I'll probably leave it the way it is. So tomorrow what I want to do is close out of those 429s and buy probably another two 431s. Double down on the 423. And that 423 is that key price level where we have the Unicursal marking it off. 423.61. Really 427, I guess. So just to reiterate, guys, just so like I want to make sure everybody's nice. You got 429s too. Nice, dude. So just so that I want to make sure I don't end up banning somebody who just honestly didn't get it and missed that part of each video. Make sure that you're following the rule of karma. Sometimes it takes a few days to get that little piece out of wherever it needs to come from. That's understandable, but if you're telling me you're making tons of gains, I should be seeing a 5% donation. If I'm not seeing that, then you sure as hell aren't doing the donation forward, which is what the whole purpose of the channel is. And I have zero tolerance for people that want to talk crap and say negative things, and I have zero tolerance for people that are too selfish to do the right thing, which is, guys, not putting it off. It's when you make a profitable trade to complete a Tarot for Traders trade, you follow through on the rule of karma, every profitable trade. Between this one and the one down the road that you're like, oh, by the time I get there, then I'll have this much to donate. Between then and there, what if you lose all that money? I still did all the work. No money? Not fair. So make sure you're not that individual, because I'm pretty close to banning them. Like, within a couple of days' time. Next best time to get into alts, Q4 or Q1? Let's do... Well, it looks like Shibcoin very likely has a new high, like multi-year type of scale. I have to do the reading for 2024, but it looks like there's a new high in there. There's a big move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range. But as far as the best opportunity, there's a sharp drop in the end of the year off of a high. There's a sharp drop like the end of December that I would look out for to enter into an altcoin, probably, if I want to hold it into 2024. Not all altcoins, but that's probably the timing where I'd want to do it. Give them the bolts. I like it. So I would say, really, it was the beginning of Q4 was the time to get in. I don't think that Q1 will have a better opportunity now. The best opportunity was just we just passed. I think there's a sharp drop in late December, but early January is pretty bullish for Shibcoin at least. me see something here. All right, so what I did is I put on a vertical put spread because I think we're going higher. I wanted to get it high so it's deep in the money, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a deep in the money put. So I sold against it, creating a vertical put spread. Now, if we go south, I'm wrong, and we just go south tomorrow, the vertical put spread will yield me about $60 profit. I spent 170, it's something like that. It's about $60 profit. If I am right, what I'll do is the short side of the puts tomorrow will have depreciated in the morning. I can buy them back at a lower price, thus reducing the cost of the 435 puts. Maybe even depending on how high we go in the morning, I might even like double down on those puts. We'll see. But I want to have cash for tomorrow in case I'm wrong. Make sure you got cash. And I'm definitely moving to the... You can see we're turning around here. I think we might be. Hold on. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't want to liquidate my SPC, but based on what happened to me this morning, I needed the extra funds to kind of like fix my situation. So I closed out of it because it was up so much. But I'll probably hop back into it at a lower price just because like I told myself I was gonna hold on to that either way, because a lot of the time what happens is when I buy and hold, if I'm wrong on it, which doesn't happen a lot, but if I am, I'll like doubt myself, I'll sell it, and then it'll end up that I wasn't like wrong, I was just early. Very frustrating. Um, with that said, guys, I'm gonna roll. Thank you all so much for watching. I really, really love everybody here in this community. You guys are like my family. The majority of you donate, like regularly donate. So, like when I'm eating lunch, literally somebody on this live paid for my lunch. That's how I eat. There's no other source. So, you're not just doing yourself a disservice, you're doing the channel one if you don't follow through on your end. And believe me, even if I didn't ban an individual for doing that, the universe will handle it for me. Blessings to all my angel investors. Best of luck overnight. And I will see you guys in the morning. I got no doctor's appointments tomorrow, so I should be on bright and